Tonight on 69 News, finally reunited. Baseball and fans are together at Coca-Cola Park for the first time since 2019. A local family recounts the nightmare of losing a loved one twice, first in death and then when the post office lost his cremated remains while being shipped home. And as city celebrates, Reading spends the day honoring its high school boys basketball championship team. Those stories plus the complete AccuWeather forecast with 69 News meteorologist Clayton Stiver, and Johnny Mangano has sports. Good evening, I'm Holly Harrar. 69 News Weekend Edition starts right now. First at 6, baseball fans are back in Coca-Cola Park together for the first time since 2019. In Reading, it's a citywide celebration of champions. The city held a series of events honoring Reading High School's boys basketball team for winning a state championship.
This is 69 News Weekend Edition, live at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Holly Harrar. First at 10, authorities investigate a deadly skydiving incident in the Poconos. It happened in the East Stroudsburg area earlier today, and tonight, investigators are still trying to determine what exactly went wrong. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the United States will likely move to resume Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine this coming week. Many students in the Allentown School District are returning to in-person learning tomorrow. It's the first time they'll be sitting in a classroom in more than a year. And members of the community are making sure they're ready. Well, we've all heard that eating right, exercising, and getting enough sleep are important for good health, but other lifestyle behaviors can affect your well-being too. Well, it's almost Monday, Clayton. What can we expect when we step outside this week?
It looks like it's very similar, Holly.
Rob, the DA says this is a community's worst nightmare. A seemingly upstanding member of society now accused of sexually assaulting teenage boys. Tonight, James Carey is out on bail, but prosecutors hope it does not stay that way for long. And District Attorney Terry Houck says this shooting is still very much under investigation. He was on the scene of the shooting until the early hours of the morning, and he says this shooting was isolated. Yeah, as Wendy mentioned, dark and quiet right now, but bustling early this morning. It's what you'd come to expect at any Wawa on any given day, only this day turned tragic. Rob, Wendy, with Dr. Thomas Parker on his way out of the superintendent position this coming Friday, the Allentown School Board announced an interim to fill his seat for the foreseeable future. Now, she's no stranger to this kind of position, and yet some who chimed in on tonight's meeting want to know more about the hiring process and want to know what's next. And Governor Murphy already stated his plans to open up the state even further if things continue the way they have been. He says that could happen before Memorial Day. Well, Jim, there's a lot of changes in store, but you want to make sure you check these things off the list before you head out to the ballpark. But again, after 616 days since fans were here, staff says this is definitely something to get excited about. President Biden believes the bottom line is clear. He says if you're vaccinated, you can do more and do more safely, both indoors and outdoors. We sure are glad to be outdoors this afternoon. Yeah, 11 months later and nearly 3 weeks of testimony, there's justice for George Floyd. Today, Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer seen kneeling on Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes, was found guilty for his murder on all counts. And these films range from black and white films to even some stop motion. The event is open to the public and starts at 8 o'clock. Now, I'm no critic, but I'd say we have some Spielbergs in the making. Live in Walnut Park, I'm Holly Harrar, 69 News.
Well,
yeah, they look good, the little clips we saw.
Yeah, those good. They'll be awfully glad to hear you say that, Holly.
Yes, thanks,
though
Holly.
You're no critic. You've got a good eye.
It's been 550 days since fans were in the stands here at Citizens Bank Park. That's 550 days too long, according to some of them. But you could feel their energy. You can see their smiles behind their masks because baseball is back. Fans filed into Citizens Bank Park for Opening Day 2021. It's been a long time for those who don't like to miss it.
553 days I've been waiting for this. We got a chance to do something. I'm with my son. How could it be any better?
September 29th, 2019 was the last time fans were able to watch a game at the ballpark. COVID struck that out in 2020. But Opening Day 2021 is happening with a few mandatory safety protocols.
We're all okay with wearing masks, totally fine. So we're just excited to be here.
It's nice to be spread out and just knowing we have some space around us.
Go Phillies!
Masks are a must upon entry and just about everywhere you go around the ballpark. 8,800 fans can fill the seats and socially distance. Tailgating was also a no-go, unless eating a Wawa hoagie off your trunk is the only option. After dealing with the pandemic for over a year, fans say safety should be second nature.
Common sense, right? Use common sense and root for the Phillies. It's all good.
Social distance, do the right thing, no problem. Let's have fun. Let's get back to normalcy.
And beat the Braves.
Yes.
Beat the Braves, beat the cold, beat COVID. It's still a bit chilly out here with this weather, but I don't think that was going to stop fans from showing up here today. I think being at the game was a home run for everyone. Live from Citizens Bank Park, I'm Holly Harrar, 69 News. Cryptocurrency. If you're like me, you've probably heard of it, but you have absolutely no idea what it is. What I learned today is that it's rather complex and would take more time than we have allowed here to truly explain it all. But it's basically most known for its use as digital money.
People around the world are using it for transaction, to purchase goods and services.
Real money, as in cold hard cash, can be put in a bank. But with cryptocurrency,
when you buy cryptocurrencies, you become your own bank. And the thing with banks is they do things that, and we don't think about them. They protect our assets.
Hackers have stolen thousands, even millions from investors in the past. Just this week, Venmo announced its 70 million customers can now buy 3 different cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin for as little as $1. It'll even offer in-app guides for investors.
It's very easy. I download the PayPal, and through PayPal, you can buy and sell Bitcoins. It's not difficult.
But be prepared.
Like all new technologies, there is going to be a period of time where we're figuring out how to use the technology. And so different cryptocurrencies we will discover are worthless and some might become very valuable.
As crypto creeps closer toward mainstream acceptance, do your research and assess your individual risk. Bowen says overall, now might not be the time to dive in head first.
I don't think investing in cryptocurrency is the right thing for most people at this time.
Holly Harrar, 69 News.